Well, like, I can understand a hate on the developer. Like, I can understand, like, a hate on, like, the company itself, but not the game. Like, if you're, like, I feel like if you're hating on a game before it's even released, like, you need to take a step back and, like, really look at it, because, like, if you haven't played the game, how are you going to know if you like the game or not? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what you mean by the woke community. Do you mean, like, the people that are claiming woke on everything? Because then, like, I would agree with that. Because, I feel like I'm almost excited to play the indie pregame release. Yeah, indie games nowadays are better, because, like, if you want to look at it, like, technically Baldur's Gate 3 was kind of an indie game, because it wasn't this big, huge AAA developer. Like, Larian Studios isn't a huge, like, development company, so, like, you could technically call Baldur's Gate 3, like, an indie title. Oh, yeah, okay, because, like, just a lot of people, when they say the woke community, they mean the opposite. Because, like, I'm very, like, anti, like, woke in video games mentality, because, like, it's ridiculous. Like, these games have always been like this. It's just now it's getting more normalized to just hate the things that you don't like and say they're ruining things instead of just playing the game. Square has always been what people consider... Oh, yeah, 100%. Because, like, you look at some of these games that people are playing and calling woke, and, like, they just see it more prevalently in the new games. It's because these things are more... I don't want to say normalized, because it's not like they were ever not normal. It's just they're more accepted nowadays, and people don't have to be scared to, like, be themselves. Glow stick. Cures fog status. Okay. Because, people, when you look at... If you can go back to, like, I know they use this a lot for some things, is, like, the left-handed chart. Like, people used to demonize left-handed people. And then... So there wasn't a lot of them, but the second that, like, demonizing left-handed people wasn't a thing anymore, fucking the amount of left-handed people skyrocketed. They can do that, apparently. No, I'm good. Have you seen what they do to Spider-Man 2 with Mary Jane? I have not. Yeah. Well, like, a lot of these games, like, not just Final Fantasy VII, like, like, these anti-woke people will sit there and they'll, like, one of their favorite games will probably be, like, Metal Gear Solid, and it's like, or Halo, and it's like, do you not, or BioShock, and it's like, do you not understand, like, the story for these games? Like, a lot of these games are, like, anti-capitalism 100%. Yeah, like, Final Fantasy VII, like, to be, like, a huge example of that, where it's just like, they're trying to bring down this giant mega corporation that's fucking, polluting the planet. So it's like, what do you mean? Makes me feel like maybe James got run over over multiple times by a car. It's very particular. Full Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 maybe, got changed horribly for the better or worse. Okay. I love Starship Troopers. Star Ocean is D&D. Star Ocean is D&D with, like, some of the, whatchamacallit, like, the expansions put in. Actually, yeah, like the new, I think it's Spelljammer? I can't remember what the new Star Ocean expansion thing is, where you go into space and there's, like, spaceships and shits. So there's, like, a lot of, like, psionics and stuff like that. There are good and bad ways to do it, but, like, there's a lot of the time where people are complaining about it where it's not even a problem, but they're complaining about it anyways. Like, the new Dragon Age Veilguard, like, people are saying, oh, it's being, like, forced on us, like, the non-binary character and that scene where the misgendering happens and stuff like that. It's like, everything I've seen so far, that's a completely optional scene. That is a character-specific quest. So if you don't want to see it, just don't do that character's side quests, and you won't see it. The part where you pick up the mirror want to set up a trans identity, completely optional. You don't have to do that whatsoever, so it's skippable. Like, there's a lot of these things that are just in there about what the genders. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like having inclusivity things in games, like for character creations, and like people going fucking wild over it is idiotic. Like the fact that Dragon Age has like the surgery scars, like for top scars for trans people. Like some people are like, oh, they should just put it in the scars option. Well, like, what if they don't want like a scar, but like that makes them feel included? Like, why does it matter? It's an optional thing that you don't even have to use. Like, so so it's one of those things where it's completely skippable, it's completely avoidable. Note from Fez? Okay. But like a lot of these things are completely optional things that nobody even needs to bother with, but they still complain about them. Or having Tav. Oh, okay. Don't stop with the inclusivity. Like, for example, Xbox 360 having TOV. Didn't enjoy the gameplay for Veil. Yeah, like the Veilguard gameplay I was kind of disappointed in. Just because I like the way it used to be. 2, 3, 4. Like, I liked the kind of like pseudo turn-based tactical style. So when they changed it, but like it's the same thing with the Final Fantasy games. They're changing it because everything is going action combat right now. That's a problem with like the way gaming is going right now. They're oversaturating the games with action games. Trying to make... Yeah, everybody's trying to make Souls games and action games, yeah. So I 100% agree with, like, the gameplay for Veilguard, but I'm still enjoying it nonetheless. They really blocked it from coming, in America for PlayStation. Okay, so I was wondering about that game, so I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. I'm playing this on my, my PlayStation 5. All the Star Ocean games are in the PlayStation Store. OG Dragon Age fan. Let me set party gambits again. Yeah, like that's what I miss. Oh, Tales of Vesperia. Okay, I gotcha. I didn't know what you meant by TOV for a second. But like, there are so many people that just complain about like, oh, I used that on people just for no reason. But they complain about like all the, oh, I thought I needed that. But they just complain about inclusivity to complain about inclusivity. It's not the fact that they're, like, some games do it wrong or right. It's just the fact that it's there that people complain, because people just want to hate on these things. Like, with the way that, oh, Bow's in the house, I see you. But, if you ever get Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, it's on PlayStation 3. Okay. I'm doing all the Tales games, so I'm not sure if I'll end up getting Definitive or not. I know some of them I'm going to have to emulate just because you can't get them like on the newer consoles or Steam. But yeah, no, like people, like with the way politics has gone the last couple years, it's been made normal to start being like hateful of things for no reason. Like it's, Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana looks really good. I have not played it yet. Did you finish... Is that 100 times better than the original 360? I have not played... the only Tales game I've played is the newest one, so I don't know. I've always been a Xenoblade and Kingdom Hearts guy myself. If you like Kingdom Hearts, you'll probably like this, because the battle system is very, like... action-y, kind of like the way, kind of like the way Kingdom Hearts is, where you can, like, dodge out of the way and stuff like that. Not all of the Star Ocean games have, like, the dodging, but they're very action combat. Definitive Edition is basically, the PS3 game from Japan. Okay. Yeah, it's the this is very similar to the Tails combat, because Tails came first, in fact. But yeah, like, the way is Star Ocean on Steam? I believe most of them are on Steam. I don't know about all of them, but I'm pretty sure a huge chunk of them, if not all of them, are on Steam. But yeah, like, the way politics has gone the last couple years, it's just become normal to, like, hate things for no reason again, and I think it's fucking stupid. Like, you know, like, you look at everything that's going on, and people like to say, you know, racism isn't a thing, but, like, racism, sexism, fucking homophobia and stuff like that have all become a lot more prevalent in the last couple years, and it's fucking stupid. Like, obviously it's probably never going to go away, because there's just people that like to hate things they don't like or don't understand. Edge did become edgy. I'm sorry Lim is here. I don't think they're as rough, but I feel like they're getting there, Bows. Like, they're not nearly as rough as they are down the States, but they're getting there. Yeah, I know. I don't like Lim either, so it's just something we're all gonna have to deal with. But don't worry. Once I get the lady with the angel wings, she's gonna be gone. Yeah, people are now just making excuses for their racism and their bigotry. That's why the whole, like, woke agenda thing came out, because people are using that. Steam Story Art sale, or Second Story Art is on Steam Drive Forces on Steam. Oh, okay, nice. Permamami on the team deserves a follow. But yeah, like with the way politics, I was gonna say politics. With the way politics has gone, it's just like everybody's being given an excuse to, like, let their hate flow, 'cause, like, political parties are just demonizing people now. There's no, like, having disagreements, because, like, I remember, yeah, my woke agenda is to end DLC. I'm for and against that. But we're reminded of how my country's racism. Yeah, no, I understand that, Bows. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, political parties are trying to, like, demonize the other side just so they can get ahead, because they know if they start doing it, people are going to think it's normal. And they're like, oh, well, like, these people hate, these people show hate, why can't I? And then, you know, it's becoming a more normalized thing now. So, like, people are just outwardly showing it. Star Ocean Last Hope is on Steam, and Call Me for... That's not bad for $20. Yeah, exactly, Bows. Like, 100%. Like, I have African Canadian people and Indigenous people in my family. Like, I have cousins that are half Indigenous, cousins that are half African Canadian. DLC has its place as long as the fucking game is already all the way out. Hey, Equality, what's going on? Should only be allowed if you're paying for the act. Yeah, exactly. Same here. I'm Puerto Rican. Yeah, exactly. Like, that reminds me of some of the comments that were made about Puerto Rico, and how mind blowing that is. But that's another statement. And we're going this way for this treasure chest. But, like, it's just wild how much, and, like, don't get me wrong, it's never been gone. When Dr. Robotnik be spitting facts, that's because I'm such a huge inventor. Oh, I just realized there's something sitting at this table. I gotta steal from them. Oh, I don't want the fresh cream. $25 for, like, a character, or, like, DLCs for characters, I find is fucking wild. Like, I don't think DLCs for characters should be a thing unless there's a fuck ton of characters and it's, like, a long time after the game has been out, and then just add some new stuff, like 100% then, you know, whatever. I think I'm supposed to go down to this boat. Let's go down to the boat right quick. But just, like, the fact that, like, a lot of people, like when, maintenance, oh, okay. I'm just going to start talking to people now, because apparently I haven't talked to enough people. But, like, when you go out of your way to demonize, like, the opposite political party just so you can get people to vote for you because you know they're hateful people, like, it's just like, what are you doing in my mansion? But it's just like the mass amount of people that are just cutting off ties with family members and friends now, and, like, the people that are getting cut off are like, man, that's wild. Why would you do that just because they voted for somebody? It's like, and, like, their political opinion is different. It's no longer, like, political opinions being different. It's, like, a moral aspect of it when, like, the majority of one side is trying to, like, just straight up demonize the other to, like, the point of violence. Like, that's why there's so much political violence in these last couple years. Yeah, it's the same with how I look at my own people. Yeah, my own people are dumb. Vote for me. I'll fight your representatives when they accept lobbying. Well, yeah, like, it's just like all of the politics is getting fucking... Oh, just sword data. Okay. But, like, it's just getting wild because you're sitting there and... Oh, I can't open that chest. My mom looked at me when I said that, and C is like, you're not wrong, but he's still human. Yeah, okay. It's like, they might still be human, but not all humans are good humans. Oh, right, you're charging things. I don't want to charge things. But, like, that's what I mean. Like, I 100% understand some of these people from just cutting off family members. Like, you sit there and, like, this person does nothing but, like some of these politicians, like, do nothing but, like, lie and spew hate and all this other stuff, and then you're just like, yeah, I think they should run the country, and knowing they're actively going to, like, demonize specific groups of people. Like, I sit there, like, especially with the plan to, like, basically eject trans people from the military, and I'm like, okay. And, like, they're, like, talking about, like, the psychological aspect of it and how, like, they're not all right in the head. It's like they're fighting for, like... By the way, I've been getting so many people coming into chat saying the Dr. Robotnik thing. It's just kind of there now. You will know Mr. McGee becomes president. Is he what is the other person from World War II? Rice? Yeah, political differences should be over how to fund things and how one person wants to do something to better this, and not, like, what things we should take away so these other people don't get what we don't want them to have. Like, the second you start putting, taking things away that heavily affect... This is, Star Ocean: The Last Hope. If you're Puerto Rican. Yeah, whether or not, like, people deserve rights. I don't think I can take what he has. No, he has blueberries. Aw, the cave's off limits. That sucks. But yeah, like, once you start, like, putting laws into place that effectively make it harder for people to be themselves. Like, I love how a lot of people are like, oh, well... transgenderism's a mental disorder. It's like they should seek mental help instead of doing yada yada yada. It's like, do you realize, like, the giant amount of hoops? What's the best Star Ocean for a new player? They're all pretty solid, Jordan, for, like, starting off. Like, your best bet, like, anytime you're starting a series, like, I say start from the beginning, because they can only get, like, they're only gonna have their combat system get more complicated. You know how USVA... I'm not sure what USVA is. 50-50 all the time. Yeah, I have no clue what that means, Angel, unfortunately. I'm not understanding your statement. Talent. Oh, say Tails is better for beginners? So many acronyms. I'm like, what are people saying? Why is this not... I feel like I'm supposed to be here, but I don't know who I'm supposed to be talking to. This is getting wild here. I think I'm supposed to be here. But yeah, like, they don't understand, like, the hoops that you have to jump through for, like, being a trans person. Because, like, they sit there and say that, like, oh, it's a mental disorder, you should seek help. It's like, to get any kind of gender-affirming care, you actually have to, like, you know, see, like, 2 psychiatrists, and they have to sign off on it. And it's usually, like, years of going to see them before you even get any kind of, like, gender-affirming care whatsoever. This is Star Ocean, The Last Hope. Why am I sitting... Towels. I'm missing something. Damn it, there's 2 angels now. Both angels, you're saying things I'm misreading what you're saying. I apologize. I'm very confused now. But like, it's like that, and like, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's a lot, like, there is like a lot of immigrants coming in, like, both countries, whether it is the U.S. or Canada, but like, the fact that, like, people, like, using the stance of mass deportation as a political platform is, like, it just shows hate right off the bat, because it's just straight up hating on, like, one specific group of people. Where am I fucking going? Here's my whole thing. How does another person's decision be... Yeah, and that's the big thing. It's like, how does their decision to make their life happier affect you in any way, shape, or form? And that's the biggest... Your rings aren't empty. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I spent more money than I wanted to. I am so lost right now. I'm pretty sure I've talked to everybody here. It's not even, like, they use the kids as a big scapegoat, though. Like, it's not even really, it's just the kids. Like, they're not, like, gender reaffirming care for kids is usually just letting them dress the way that they want. And, like, puberty blockers, after they've gone through all of the different, like, hoops to go through that, and puberty blockers have no, like, real long-term consequences. All it does is stop you from going through puberty. I'm Republican here. Does who have arms? Who's are like me? Do I have arms? I don't. This is Star Ocean: The Last Hope. But yeah, like gender affirming care doesn't necessarily, like, a lot of people like to say, like, they're giving them surgeries and stuff like that. They're not. Like, anybody who's going through surgery is, like, over the age of 18 and has talked to, like, 2 to, like, 4 different doctors and 2 to 4 different, like, psychiatrists. But, like, I understand the fact where, like, you know, they don't want the children to be having, like, surgeries and stuff like that, but that's not happening. And the same thing. Yeah, they still have to see a social worker and psychologists and all this other stuff. Like, if you're all, like, all this gender affirming care is like reassuring them that they're not insane, and that, like, if they want to dress the way that they want to dress, that, wait, are there people over here? There are people over here now. That it's all right to do that, and, like, puberty blockers just stop you from going through puberty, and they usually have to stay on, like, different hormonal treatments after they become adults so that it doesn't happen.
Time to find out about these bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if I have to see a trans woman and they're really attractive and I get scared?
I know. Bunnies.
Well, like, that's what I mean. Like, and a lot of these people are sitting there, like, giving, like, hypotheticals that don't fucking exist. I'm cool with, yeah, like, I'm 100% on board with, like, no operations until, like, 18 plus. That makes 100% sense, and a lot of people are going to agree with you on both sides for that. Like, there's not a lot of people arguing against that, but, like, gender affirming care isn't just that. Like, when people want to get rid of gender affirming care, that's also like things for like cisgendered people, where, you know, people who are going bald and want to get like hair implants or go through like hormone therapy to like regrow hair or like get more testosterone. That's all gender affirming care. Like, it's not just like people who are like trying to be trans that get gender affirming care. And that's what people don't really realize. You do have, yeah, black sleeves blending in with the chair. Let me see if this will help a little bit. I think this is still plugged in. There we go. Oh, I think I didn't read that comment. I didn't see the hair one. But yeah, like, there's all kinds of things that count as gender-affirming care, and the people that want to take it away just because trans people are not realizing that, like, things like, oh, fuck, what am I trying to say here? Pills for erectile dysfunction. That's, like, basically, like, different hormones and stuff like that. That would technically be considered... Like, I realize, well, no, that's not really birth control, but that would technically be almost a form of gender-affirming care. Hair implants, testosterone for, like, you know, bodybuilders and stuff taking different testosterone supplements. That would be gone. Yes, just respectfully, no. Unfortunately, no. Just passing by, wanted to say I appreciate you for speaking up about things. Well, like, it affect, like, there's people in my life that these things, like, affect directly. Are you used to working nightlights and I hated it? Used to get hit on? Oh, the nightlife, yeah. Literally, the therapy itself. Yeah, the therapy itself is gender-affirming care. Like Obamacare, yeah. And they're like, Obamacare bad. And then they're like, okay, so we're going to get rid of Obamacare. It's like, that's the affordable... It's like, thank God I have the Affordable Care Act. That's the same thing, man. That's the exact same thing. It's like, I know that, and I'm not American. Literally, yeah, literally just say thank you. Women reject men especially respectfully all the time. Yeah, and that's what I mean, like that ED pills are absolutely gender-affirming care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, I don't swing that way. No, this is not Phantasy Star Online, this is Star Ocean The Last Hope. 4th in the series. But that's what I mean, like, all these things that people think are gender-affirming care are, like, the end result. Like, these are what they do when they've become adults. Like, the things that they're trying to, like, make, like, normalized, and I'm gonna use fucking air quotes. What's going on? Are, like, things that are just to help them feel better about themselves. This is Star Ocean The Last Hope, Lucy. But these are just things to make them feel better about themselves, to like try and help them with their body dysmorphia and their depression.
I'm sorry, but I can't...
Yeah, it's a human right to be... Well, I wouldn't even say respected, because, like, I'm one of those people that feel respect is earned, because there are people on every side of every spectrum no matter what. Belief, religion, gender, nationality, like, there are people on both sides that can be absolute garbage human beings. So I'm one of those people that you treat people with decency, not really, I won't even go respect. we are, so we got on the topic of politics and stuff, and it kind of came up. Yeah, tolerance is a much better term. Tolerance. Yeah, the tolerance of paradox. The tolerance paradox, which a lot of people don't seem to understand. But like when you look at it, like you treat people with tolerance and a modicum of I used the word a second ago. Tolerance and I guess yeah, we'll just go with tolerance. Fuck it. Because respect is something you 100% need to earn. I don't care what you've done, like you know, like all the like you know, if you're military and stuff like that, you fought for this country, that earns you some respect. But then if I find out you're like a terrible human being and like just a terrible all-around person, respect gone. Like it's a back and forth. Like you can earn respect and then lose respect, but at a baseline, you get tolerance on all sides. Catholic in New York, we had to vote to make abortion legal, making a protective right. Yeah, exactly. Like that. It doesn't affect you. Like, you can be on either side. Like, I don't care. Like, you can 100% think it's murder. But like, when you come down to it, that's never going to be a thing that everybody's going to agree on. But there's all kinds of terms. Like, it's healthcare, regardless of your stance on whether it's murder or not. But it's not your choice with your body. Like, a lot of these people like to say, and like, don't get me wrong, there's consequences for some of these things, but like, a lot of these people that end up getting abortions, a lot of the times it's not like, it would have been worse off if they didn't, whether it be medically, financially, or just like the child that would have come to be. But when I told my grandmother, she looked at me, but I said the truth. Oh, 100%. The only ones I don't understand think Starship Troopers is pro-military, right? Yeah, okay, like, yeah, Bow's right there. It's like, you think abortion is murder, but my personal thoughts shouldn't dictate the laws. This is Star Ocean: The Last Hope. Guns? But like, same with like the gender affirming care thing. It's like, these people aren't getting like surgeries when they're fucking like preteens and children. It's like, they feel different, and like, a lot of times, if they feel different and they go see somebody, that person, like, you know, not all the time they get put on puberty blockers, but like, it'd be like, okay, then they start dressing different, and that's 100% perfectly fine. It's like, that makes them feel better. Some people grow up and realize, okay, I don't feel as different as I thought, and they veer away from that. But for the people that don't do that, this can lead to like serious psychological and physical consequences, because depression and body dysmorphia and stuff like that are like very much a psychological aspect, and it very much deals with the brain. Your brain is that powerful of like a muscle in your body that it can cause physical things to go wrong with you. Like, when you go through like huge depressive episodes, like, it drains your strength. You can have like different like GI tract problems. It can cause physical things to happen like on the outside, whether it be like, you know, pimples, acne. It can cause you to get like